Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Threads and Tangents, where I put the dumb in dumberer. I'm your host, Nathan, with my co-host, Janaya.
Hello.
Hello.
Why am
How
I
are you?
co-host? I should be host and you co-host.
They're the same meaning.
Well, we put the dumb in dumberer.
Yeah, clearly. Dumberist?
Yeah. Dumberist.
Dumberist? Yes, there you go. There we go. But hello, welcome to the first episode of Threads and Tangents. Interesting one this is going to be, so because this is pretty much all unplanned. None of this is planned. We talk about threads on Reddit and go off into massive tangents, like pretty much we've done in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but welcome anyway. Welcome in. Should we just dive right into it?
I think that's the plan. Do you want me to go first?
You go first. You go
Okay.
first. Ladies first for the first week.
Well, okay, thanks. And then men first for every other.
Wow. Wow, make me out to be a douche.
I said nothing. I wasn't
Uh-huh.
implying anything at all. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Anyway. So my story is from a Am I the A-hole subreddit, which is probably one of the most popular subreddits.
I think it really is. 21 million members.
Yeah. No one's ever heard of this subreddit. It's very niche. Yeah. It's just a little one they found. So this one is titled, "Am I the A-hole to divorce my husband and leave him with the kids after finding out I'm not biologically the mum?"
Huh?
I knew your face would do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Any guesses?
No. Huh?
Okay, let's get into this. Right. Advice needed.
Clearly.
I can't believe my life has come to this. All I ever do is go out of my way to help others, but a few occasions I need help. Nobody ever comes through for me. So a bit of a woe is me.
Woe is me.
Yeah. I, 36 female, have been with my husband, 35 male, for a total of almost 10 years and married for 7. We have had what I thought was We had what I thought was my child by surrogate over 2 years ago, because after 4 years of trying to conceive with no success despite medical interventions, it turns out I am why is that hard to say? I am unable to carry a child to term. Okay, I'm having a bad word day. Anyway, I had always wanted to be a mum. Devastated is an understatement regarding how I felt when I found out that I had a medical condition that would make it nearly impossible for me to carry a baby to term. It was even more upsetting when I had to get a major surgery to remove uterine growths with the hope to increase fertility, and complications during the surgery warranted a partial hysterectomy involving the removal of my uterus only. I still had my ovaries, so we started looking at the cost of a surrogate. It is really expensive. My close friend since college, who already has 2 kids of her own, offered to serve as a surrogate for us to cut down the costs. So a friend she's had for quite a while. After 2 disappointing IVF sessions that did not result in pregnancy, she became pregnant on the 3rd try and carried a boy to term for us. I was so happy and busy after the birth. Between being a mum and returning to work after a 4-week parental leave, so I didn't notice any
America. Oh, America. You get 4 weeks. Have a child.
Oh. Yeah, but she didn't technically give birth. So maybe that's why they give her less? Or is that just genuinely 4 weeks?
I think that's just genuinely. I don't think they get paid after that. Oh, America.
Oh my gosh. In England, it's what, like a year?
9 months? 9 months. 9 months paid. a year. I think it's 9 months or 6 months paid with the government, and then 12 months, something like that. I don't know.
I should have noticed the red flags and warning signs early, but I did not because I was so exhausted from working so much at my stressful job and two part-time jobs to cover most of the bills. Damn. And anticipated medical and legal costs associated with this friend becoming our surrogate. I was the primary breadwinner. Oof. My friend and my husband started talking more, and I would sometimes come home from my weekend job to find her already hanging out at my house when my husband was there. I chalked it up to innocuous, and it's good for her to get to know my husband better since she was in the process of hopefully carrying the child for us. Okay, I can see where this is going. I was grateful to have someone helping us have a child. I also thought it weird that our son had brown eyes when both of us have blue. Then I found out that while it is uncommon, it is possible sometimes due to many genes controlling eye color.
But also, another woman's carrying your child.
Yeah, but it's her egg and her husband's sperm.
But surely there would be. Okay, no.
It's not her genes.
I don't understand science. Okay.
No. So it would be her nutrients and stuff, but it's not her genes. It's their genes.
Okay.
Got it? So no, her eye colour wouldn't come into play.
Okay.
But it is true that sometimes eye colour is different. Like it can just be random. So you can have like 2 blue-eyed parents and end up with brown eyes, or 2 brown-eyed parents and end up with blue eyes. It's not a science, it's just unlikely.
Okay.
No, it is a science, it's not a certain.
Well, we have the medical profession on the show, folks.
Oh, I was going to say that. Don't take any medical advice from me.
Just me.
Just you, yeah. Please don't. Recently, it all came to a head when I took our son to a doctor's appointment, and they did a metabolic panel and blood test, which showed that he had blood type that is not biologically possible to have with me as his mother. He's B positive, I'm A positive, and my husband is O positive.
He's got to be positive in his life.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, so realistically, the baby should be O positive or A positive. So I think anyway. Yeah, so the B is a bit random. So I think the surrogate's probably a B. Immediately I started to worry. It was the fertility clinic's fault and they had messed up and implanted the wrong embryo. I started lining up a lawyer consultation to possibly sue the clinic and look into having a DNA percentage test done. Yeah, so they took the wrong egg out the freezer. The test results showed that I'm not the mother, but my husband is still the father. I was heartbroken and angrier than ever. Talked to a lawyer about medical malpractice in the fertility clinic we'd used. Then my husband confessed that he'd slept with my friend, our surrogate, on a few different occasions during our struggle to have her get pregnant with our embryos. This means that I thought our son was conceived by IVF and carried with a surrogate. It's my son at.
In fact, her best friend just slept with her husband.
Yeah. This means that I thought that what? This means what I thought was our son conceived by IVF and carried with the surrogacy isn't my son at all, and was in fact conceived the old-fashioned way, which I can't ever do. Livid and absolutely broken at the same time, I didn't even begin to describe how I felt. I have been breaking down into crying spells over and over again about this. He claims he didn't ever think pregnancy could result because he pulled out, and he'd always assumed that he was the reason for our earlier struggles to conceive. both before my hysterectomy and during the IVF insemination process with my friend.
Hold on. Oh, don't worry. I pulled out every time I cheated on you. That if he could have possibly turned it a little bit, not saying it's a good thing, but turned it and said, I did this because I know how much you wanted a baby, etc. I'm not saying that's the right way, but I'm just saying he could say, I know how much you wanted a baby, and we were struggling, and we wanted to give you a child. Not I was cheating on you this entire time, so I pulled out every time, and we just had fun.
Yeah, no.
You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, he did not think that one through. Yeah, like I just really wanted a baby with you, so I thought I'd double our chances.
Yeah. That's the sliverest, like literally the smallest chance of, okay, that makes sense. To I just kept having sex with your best friend because it was fun and I pulled out every time.
Yeah, but I pulled out. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
how old is this man? He's what, 36, and he thought pulling out was like a form of contraception. Do people not know this?
No.
Is this still a thing?
Yeah, I think it still is.
I thought that was the thing that teenagers are like, yeah, if I pull out, it's
But
fine.
but still, this man's logic was, I just casually had sex with your friend all the
Oh my
time, and I
god.
pulled out. Not even that. I tried to give you a baby somehow, some way. I just wanted you to be a mum because you were amazing.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah, but he obviously doesn't.
he has
Yeah,
no idea.
he hasn't got a clue, has he?
No.
Poor man. I mean, poor woman. um, I fenced. I felt an immense. Been a long day, okay? It's been a stressful day. I felt an immediate triple betray from what was supposed to be my husband, my friend, and now knowing my child isn't even really mine. I had such a white hot rage and delirium, I immediately left home and stayed in a hotel for almost a week before asking my parents to let me stay at home for a while. I admit I left our
Understandable.
son with him. Huh?
Understandable.
Yeah, like you just remove yourself from the situation.
Yep.
I admit I left my son with him. I am now filing for divorce because he cheated and betrayed me in the worst way possible. I have also cut off my friendship with my friend, the surrogate. Yeah. And feel afraid to trust anyone else now. I have seen a divorce lawyer and I've seen a divorce lawyer to see about giving up my legal rights to the kid. Oh, she's gone from my son to the kid.
The kid. Okay.
Kid. Ooh, how harsh. Legal rights to this kid, so I don't have to face such betrayal or my own child support. So she doesn't want to pay child support. Ugh. Okay. I mean, I understand the hurt. The child's 2.
Yeah.
So I get that's 2 years of loving a child though. Just to
And
be
it's
like,
2 years to try and that child's going to be messed up.
yeah, like it won't remember much. Most kids don't remember up until they're 2, but like, eek. Eek. Maybe the husband should just get with the other woman, like her friend. No one said if the friend is like
Yeah,
married.
because I mean, the friend married. Like, what's going on
She has
here?
2 kids. So, but he didn't. She didn't mention a
You never mentioned
husband.
it. Yeah.
Maybe
Um.
they can be happy families. Ugh. My friend, my husband, and friend slash surrogate, everything's friend, admit they were wrong and keep apologizing, but also called me immature and heartless to just give up on my son like that. My parents also say I can't just give up on a kid that I went through so many legal and medical hopes to have. When I told them I refused to stay in a cheater marriage and I'd rather adopt someday with a better and more trustworthy partner, they also told me I was wrong and that maintaining my parental rights isn't much different than if I'd adopt outright. Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
I get that. I
Yeah.
was gonna say, why can't she, if she wants children, she could adopt. So why doesn't she adopt the child? Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
makes sense. They said it isn't blood that makes a family.
Yeah,
They are all they are all about me divorcing my cheating husband, but
makes
keep
sense.
telling me I'm making a mistake to give up my parental rights. I agree.
I completely
Yeah.
agree.
Some of my other friends agree that I with what I'm doing. A few admitted they weren't big enough to swallow pride and care about an affair baby, or see daily reminders of my friend surrogate's betrayal every time I look at her son. Oh yeah, look at her son. She's gonna think of it as her son, not my son.
Yeah, okay. God,
Yeah,
she's really changed.
yeah. I mean, she's a bit upset. I get it. I just want a clean break and a fresh start. I'm also looking at relocating several states away. So read it.
Not just
Am I
one,
the
not
a-hole?
just two, but several.
Several. Just the other side. Am I the a-hole to give up my parental rights in this divorce because a kid I paid a lot of money to have born by surrogacy isn't biologically mine, but the surrogates? Oh, she paid. Yeah, she paid a lot of money as well. Can you imagine if she paid the? She must have paid the surrogate. So
Have sex with a husband.
this woman got paid to sleep with this woman's husband and get pregnant. Eek. Ugh.
Yes, I understand the divorce. That's the right thing to do.
Yep.
Yes, cutting the friend as she kept her friend out is also the right thing to do and completely understandable. But she's she's talking then about like adoption and she could adopt later. Da, 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 da. The child's not a dog or a cat.
Yeah. That's that's where she's the a-hole. Like,
Yeah, yes,
yeah,
yes. She's a part a-hole.
yeah. She's a
She's the gooch.
oh. Okay, yeah, let's go with that.
We could go with that. We can go with that.
A-L-ish.
We could go with that. But
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like
yeah,
kick him to the curb, kick her to the curb. But
yeah, the
yeah,
child.
maybe I can kind of see maybe she's coming from like if she adopts, she wants it to be with a loving husband. Like maybe she doesn't want to be a single parent. Like, because obviously
But she
that's,
talks about how much she wants a child.
yeah, but like maybe she wants the child in a relationship. Maybe she wants the family. Maybe she doesn't
Uh,
want to be a single parent. Maybe it's like,
maybe. I'm yeah, I think yes, get rid of the husband, yes, get rid of the friend, but she should still be part of said child's life. And the child, I think the child should maybe, I don't know, but then she might say, "Oh, it's an affair, baby," as she's mentioned. I don't know.
yeah, because there's a difference between looking at a child who's adoption and being like,
Yes,
yeah, it looks like it's parents who I don't know who couldn't have a child, like couldn't raise a child, and oh yeah, it looks exactly like the woman who broke up my marriage
yeah,
and my ex cheating husband.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think if
Yeah,
I think if she'd found out straight away, but it's like it's this 2 years down the line. This
yeah,
is this is a 2-year-old baby who probably is bonded to her, like sees her as mum. That's a bit.
yeah. Oh
I'd
God.
love to know if the other woman, the surrogate, is married or not. There's no
So,
mention of
so,
it throughout.
so, okay, so we're gonna add this. We've got a random tier system here, and it is not the arsehole, kind of, yeah, gooch, because it's in the middle. Yeah, you're definitely hitting that arsehole level, and yeah, you're 100% an arsehole. Where does she fit?
I don't know.
I would say this story is more I'd say it's like level two. The level two, you've got more of that. She's not she's not the arsehole because she wants to divorce her ex-husband and cut off a friend, but then she could also slightly be for getting rid of the child in her life. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think I think it's two different things. Like, she's absolutely not for wanting to get out of a marriage, but yeah, a little bit for the kid thing. Like, that's
Yeah.
a bit it's a bit unfair on the child. The child
Yeah.
didn't
Child didn't do
ask.
anything. He was just
Yeah,
born.
child didn't ask for this. Because then
Ooh.
what happens? Like, if she is married and she doesn't want to have anything to do with this child, then he's gonna be a single dad, and she's the main breadwinner. So he's then gonna be pretty poor. I don't know.
Oh, it's a whole dangerous story.
Yep. Yep.
Well,
That was mine.
are you ready for mine?
I'm ready.
Hey, are we sure? Are we
I'm
sure about
ready.
this?
Fire away.
Okay. Okay. So, I've got two, but I'm going to choose one of them. And I am going to go with, am I the a-hole for telling my biological dad the only way I would consider forgiving him for abandoning me is if he paid for my college and helped me with an apartment? I,
No.
18M, recently got accepted into college of choice. Before I get into the story, let me give you some background. My mother had me at 18 and was also married at 18 to my biological dad. Long story short, he walked out on me and my mum raised me for 2 years on her own. Then she met my stepdad. My biological dad didn't try to contact me for years, but then recently he popped up saying he wanted to mend our relationship. Okay. My dad has three daughters with another woman. I didn't believe this child was gonna have three. Um, who I was actually very interested in meeting. So after a few days of speaking with him over the phone, I asked to meet my half sister. He denied it, saying he had to protect them and how I needed to build a relationship with him first before I could meet my half sisters. The
Okay.
next, yeah, this is a bit weird. The next day I asked him again,
Yeah.
and he claimed they were getting their hair done. We didn't speak for a while after that. About a week later, this all seems very quick.
Yeah.
About a week later, he calls me saying he wants to be a part of my life and have me over for summers. I told him that he was never there for majority of my life and has never once paid child support. Fair. So I told him if he really wants to be in my life and act like my father, then he should take up the duties of a father and help me pay for college and an apartment like a lot of parents do. He refused and said I was using him for money and he would not let anyone use him like that. So am I the a-hole for telling my biological dad he had to pay for me to go to college if he wanted a relationship with me?
Yes.
Whoa!
Yes.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I agree with the dad.
Go. Go.
Um, so they were young. He left when they were 18. I at the age of 18 was immature and couldn't even imagine having a kid at the age of 18. I know people do, but like,
Different people.
yeah, people are different. And yeah, like he unless he specifically popped up and was like, "Hey, I want to be your dad." Like, he just wanted to be in her life. Like, he wanted to get to know her,
Him.
and she's demanding things like, "I want to meet your kids. I want money." And I agree with I need to get to know you before you get to know my kids. Because what if she's a horrible person? What
You
if he
mean
gets to know?
this is a man, by the way,
Oh,
not a woman.
what if he's a horrible person? I just didn't catch that bit. What if this guy is a psychopath and he's like, yes, this is my house, these are my kids, and then they
I
find
just
out
find
like
it weird.
he's a
After a few
murderer?
days of speaking with him over the phone, I asked to meet my half sister. After a few days, surely it'd be like, right, Dad, let's get to know you first.
And then give me money. Like, no, this guy's weird. Like, I don't trust this OP because yeah, you would have thought he'd be like, okay, like you weren't there for me. Maybe we can meet up, see how it goes. If a relationship sparks, great. If not, then no loss there. Like you've not been in my life. But to straight away be like, nah, I want to meet my half sister and I want money. I want to go to college. I want an apartment. Like he doesn't know him. Like absolutely. What if he takes this money and leaves? Like
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's no. Yeah.
just because they're blood related, it doesn't make this guy a nice person. Like he's reached out to his biological son and been like,
to try and get a relationship.
and the first thing this guy said is, give me money. I think I would also be like, I think you might be a bit dodgy. Like,
I agree with you. Like, it's, yes, right. Why did his dad reach out?
yeah.
His dad, I make amends. I'm so sorry. He even says we'd like to have him over for summers.
What is summers?
Like going over to like their place during the summer break, I'm guessing during college. Like that to me makes sense. Like he's trying to build the relationship with his son and he's inviting him over for a certain period of time to get to know him. And he turns around and is like, I'll only do it if you pay me.
Yeah, that's, well, it seems to be like blackmail as well. And also,
Yeah,
when he said he's got 3 kids with someone else, and you were like, oh, so he left him when they had 3 kids. It depends on the age gap. Because if it's like, does the OP say how old he is?
18.
Well, they were 18 when they had kids. Is he 18 now?
He's 18 now.
So, like, if his half sisters are all 17, then that's a bit weird. But, like, if his half sisters are like, I don't know, 10, then obviously this dude wasn't ready to have kids at 18. He's left, he's gone, he's matured, he's met someone, and then he's had kids. Like, I don't think you can really be upset about that. Like, and then I don't see it as like, oh, he's left you and just gone and had kids with someone else. It's like, no, like he's gone through some life changes since, and then probably grown up and had children. And now that he's got more kids, he's probably like, hey, I have another kid.
I have another kid. I want to make amends,
Hmm.
etc., etc. To me, yeah, you are the a-hole. Okay, so on a scale of the 1 to 5, you are the 5.
And also, if this dude is 18 and his half sisters are potentially children, and he's like, hey, after a few days, I want to meet my half sisters. Is this dad gonna be like, yes, I'm gonna let this random 18-year-old come and meet my
Yeah,
children? Like,
yeah,
no. Just because you're related, that does not mean you're a bad person. Like, he could be a horrible human, and this dad just wants to get to know him first.
yeah. Get to know his son, who he left when he was 18, and clearly wants to try and make amends with him.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just
Yeah, nah.
certified arsehole.
Yeah, that guy's weird. Not even just an a-hole, like he's weird. Like, why would that pop
Like
into your head?
I would get it. I don't know. You've been building a relationship with your father after 6 months, and you're like, hey, look, I'd like to meet like the rest of my half sisters, and you've built the relationship. But this seems like, hi, my dad started talking to me on the Monday. By Monday evening, I asked him to meet my half sisters. By Tuesday, I asked him to meet my half sisters again. And by the following Wednesday next week, I told him I'll only come and spend summer with you if you financially pay me. Like,
Yeah. This
no,
18-year-old. Do you know what? This 18-year-old should take a good hard look in the mirror and be like, I am immature as hell right now. I'm literally trying to blackmail my biological father into money. Maybe I wouldn't be a good dad right now.
that makes
Maybe,
a lot of sense why he left. Yeah,
yeah, maybe that's something to do with why he left. Like, I'm not saying he should have left. Like, that left his mum to raise him on her own. Like,
yeah,
not in any
yeah.
way condoning it, but I'm just saying, like, maybe that's why.
Yeah, and she raised him for 2 years on her own before she then met his stepdad. So yeah, no, certified a-hole. Certified a-hole.
I've written like comments from people.
The comments, I mean, obviously we want people to comment as well what they think, because it's always interesting to hear other opinions. Someone will probably say something like, someone will probably have a very, very, very good point, and we'll go, shit.
Well, there'll always be two sides of opinions.
But definitely certified a-hole, in my opinion, on this guy. So there we go. We have number 1, number 2, and a number 4, and number 5. Look at that. What good start.
Number 1, number 2, and number 5. I've only read 2 stories.
No, we've had one that's a number 2 and one that's a number 5.
I did not get that.
Look, there's definitely Dumber and Dumberer.
No, Dumber and Dumberist.
Dumberist, sorry. But yeah, so anyway, that was Threads and Tangents, really.
Yeah,
Threads and Tangents.
That was new.
With Nathan and Janaya. I have been Nathan.
Have you? I thought you were Janaya.
No, you're Janaya and I'm Nathan, apparently.
Interesting.
Yes. But anyway, I've been Nathan.
I'm still Janaya.
Yes, you're still Janaya. And thanks. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.